Hi everybody, today I'm doing a follow-up video to a video I did before on the shopping cart trick tutorial. In that video I do a walkthrough on how you can get the shopping cart trick to work for you, plus I talk about certain aspects of the shopping cart trick, and I go over some commonly asked questions. If you want to see that video, you can find the link for it in the description below. But in this video today, I'm going to go over some general info and some other questions you may have about the shopping cart trick. Okay, so let's jump right into this video. The two store credit cards that are the easiest to get approved with using the shopping cart trick is the Express store card and also the Victoria's Secret store card. Those have traditionally been the easiest store credit cards to get approved for using the shopping cart trick. Not only that, if you are using a cell phone or a tablet, you can also get the shopping cart trick to work with those two store credit cards. Now, the shopping cart trick worked easier years ago, and I've been doing the shopping cart trick since 2017. And now in 2021, it can be a little more difficult to get certain store cards to get an approval for. I did an article in 2017 talking about the shopping cart trick, and I listed below, and I usually used to make people visit that article and go all the way down to the bottom and to see my little box of where I typed in the store credit cards I was able to do the shopping cart trick with. I didn't get these offers, all of them. I just got the pop-ups to work for those offers, only asking for the last 4 digits of your social security number. So as you can see right over here, I just put the box right onto the screen. And if you don't want to apply for the Express card or Victoria's Secret, you can try getting one of these cards. They have worked in the past. And as a big favor to me and people watching this video, if you're able to get the shopping cart trick to work for one of these store cards in 2021, make sure you leave a comment below letting us know that. For the most part, I'm going to say there'll probably be some that will and some won't. I know that some still work in 2021. So that is an important thing to note. But overall, if you're just looking for an easy way to help you build up your credit score without having to pay fees in order to get a credit card, the simplest, easiest way to open a line of credit would be to open an account with Express or Victoria's Secret. But if one of those don't work for you, more than welcome to try one of these. And I'm sure you will have success with one of these store cards, because I think that there are probably half at least that are still viable and still work in 2021. But still, I'm going to leave a link for that article in the description below. So if you want to see the full original shopping cart trick blog article I did in 2017, you can check it out. So I also want to notify everyone here that there are 2 new store cards that are fairly new to Comenity Bank, and those are the Carter's store card and Sally's Beauty Supply store card. Those 2 cards are now issued by Comenity Bank. So there is a possibility the shopping cart trick can work for those 2 cards. So if you have any success with that and you try it out, even if you don't have success with it, just leave a comment below and let us know how it worked out for you. Okay, so as a YouTube content creator, I do my best to put out information that's accurate, and I try to be as honest as possible. And after I did my first shopping cart trick video, what had happened was that a lot of people had success with the Express store card. It seemed like they had way too much success with the Express store card, because they were notified that they not only got approved, but they had credit limits of $25,000 and $50,000. The first few comments, I was shocked. I'm like, okay, that's strange, but there's more than one person telling me this, so I guess it's true. But as it turns out, in all actuality, those credit limits are not that high. So what ended up happening was that if you had a $25,000 credit limit, it was actually $250,000. And if they said you had a $50,000 credit limit, your credit limit was actually $500,000. And I know for a long time they didn't fix this, and I think right now it could still be happening. So if you see something like that, just know you're not going to get that kind of credit line. But still, when you have less than perfect credit history and you're able to open a credit account that's going to help you build credit history with no fees, it's a good deal. So I just wanted to make that clear. It's going to be a positive thing, but probably not as great as you thought it was going to end up being. All right, so there are many ways that people have in order to try to get the shopping cart trick to work for them. And they really have these methods, and they swear by these methods that this is what I did and this is how I got it to work. So I'm going to go over some of these things that I've heard, and you can decide for yourself if you actually want to try it. The first one is that I had a viewer say that she got the shopping cart trick to work simply by taking her time on the website, and I think she did it for Express. She tried to emulate as much as possible a natural shopping experience on their website. So she didn't rush to the shop, to do the shopping, put in $500 in 3 minutes of shopping and try to check out. She did it very casually, making it look like she was a regular everyday customer, and she was able to follow the steps and get a pop-up. That could be a possibility. We don't exactly know. We're talking about things. These are our theories on how to get it to work. So if you want to try that tip to help you, I don't see how it couldn't hurt. So that's one thing that people believe can help them get approved for the shopping cart trick. Another thing is there's a debate on whether or not you should check out as a guest or fill out the whole form to establish an account. What I can tell you in the times I've been doing the shopping cart trick, and it's only a few times that I haven't, but I've always checked out as a guest. I've been able to get a pop-up to appear. Once in a while, for whatever reason, I'll do the account setup, and there could be a specific reason on why I do that. Maybe it's a card that has some sort of rewards program. So some people like to sign up in those situations because they feel that if they can appear to be a valid customer, which they will be once they get approved, but they have a valid interest in the store card they're applying for, it helps boost their chances of getting approved. So like I said, I've done it simply by checking out as guest, and I've been able to get a pop-up. But if you feel the need for a particular card to go through the whole process of establishing an account or signing up for a rewards program for the store, then go ahead and do that. Another tip, and I've seen this several times by people that really believe this, is that when they do fill out their information at checkout, when they'll ask for their name and address before they ask for payment, they will manually type in their name and address and all of that information. They don't let autofill do the work. Now, that's a very interesting idea for those people. They believe that simply manually filling out your information gives you a better chance. Now, if you're one of those people that have done it that way or haven't done it that way, leave a comment below and let us know if you were able to be successful doing it one way or the other. That can help people get an idea of maybe this is a tip that they should follow. Okay, so I'm trying to make this easy to understand for everyone, and I hope I'm explaining these points well. If I am, please hit that like button, and if something about this video is unclear to you, please leave a comment and I will do my best to clarify any point that you may not understand. Okay, so one of the best things about the shopping cart trick is that you can get it to work with major credit cards, like the Sportsman Guides Visa and the Camping World major credit card. Now, I was actually able to get the Sportsman Guide Visa using the shopping cart trick. I only used the last 4 digits of my social security number and I was able to get approved. Now, there has been some questions on whether the shopping cart trick will still work with Sportsman Guide. It may actually be a little bit more difficult than it was for me, but from what I've heard, all the indications is that it indeed still works, and it did at the timing of my last video, and I've seen some references recently that people have been able to get it to work. Now, if you're trying to get this particular major credit card, I do want to refer you to a fellow credit YouTuber, Credit Plug. He was able to get this major credit card not too long ago, later than I did. So if you want to learn his tips on how to strengthen your chance, make sure you check out the description below. And as far as Camping World goes, I heard that you can increase your chances of getting approval, or at least this is a theory. When you're doing the shopping cart trick and you're putting things in the cart, one of the things that you want to put in the cart is one of their memberships, their Good Sam membership. Put that in the shopping cart, and when you check out, hopefully you'll get a pop-up. I don't know if it works or not, but this was a possible tip I wanted to pass along to you. And if this video is helping you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. One thing that is very, very important to understand about the Comenity shopping cart trick is that there is a limit to the amount of Comenity Bank store cards you can apply for and get approved for using the shopping cart trick. Now, if you only get 1, 2, and probably 3 cards, you'll probably be left alone. But if you constantly apply, and if you're getting approved for these cards, Comenity down the line might decide to cancel some or all of those cards. So be really careful with that. And I've also heard that once you get a certain amount of Comenity Bank store cards, that's the time where people start to see that they're being cut off. They're not getting pop-ups anymore, even for popular store cards. So if that happens to you, you're going to want to take a break and then maybe months down the line try again. But be very careful when you're using this trick. You're going to want to look at the different cards that should work with the shopping cart trick and pick the ones that you most like and apply for those first. I wouldn't go past 3 store cards because you're probably going to run into some trouble. Back in the day, 2017, but probably more like 2016, people were able to get as many as 10 Comenity Bank store cards using the shopping cart trick. This does not work anymore, and this can be damaging for you. So I'm telling you this now so that you don't do that. Okay, so one important tip I'd like to pass along is that with Comenity Bank store cards, you can request credit line increases. Every 3 months, you have the potential of increasing your credit line depending on your credit score. And where this can be useful is to help you with your credit utilization. The more credit lines you have open of unused credit, the better it looks to credit bureaus that you can manage your credit limits and that you are not in need of credit. So that helps boost your credit score. So periodically, you don't have to do it every 3 months. I would say maybe every 6 months, every year. Just request a credit line increase. That can help increase your credit lines and increase your credit score down the line. Okay, so have you already been able to get approved for a Comenity Bank store card using the shopping cart trick? If you have been able to, leave a comment below. Let us know what card that was. And if you have any tips, just like viewer tips I shared earlier, if you have a tip that you think that could help someone get approved for one of these offers or the offer that you have, just leave that in the comment as well. As I said earlier in this video, if I didn't answer a question you had about the shopping cart trick, make sure you leave that question in the comments section. Like this video if I gave you a better understanding of the shopping cart trick. And if you do need to see my original video on the shopping cart trick, make sure you click on that card over there. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. And if you want to see my future videos, don't forget to subscribe.